We're out at Mesquite, south of Mesquite, Nevada, down about 30 miles south and east of Mesquite, out in the desert. We have a remote campsite down there. I took this video with a drone on March 27th, 2023, and we'll get a picture of the campsite here in a little bit, but I'm flying the drone out south of the campsite, gaining altitude, just to give you an idea of what the desert looks like out here. It was a nice weather day today. On this particular day, it had been fairly cool this March, and down here in Mesquite, usually it's warmer than what we experienced this year on other trips that we've had. It was probably in the mid 60s today, lower 60s. 4 or 5 days that we stayed out there was probably in the mid 50s to mid 60s, and then cool at night. But now I'm swinging back around to the east. You can see a little mountain range out there, which would be east of Mesquite. You kind of see those old washes from different times when there had been flash floods down through the desert there. Those washes are always dry. I've never seen any water in them. I've been going there for probably 20 years or so, but you can look at that wash there. You can see that's take a major flood to move that kind of rock and cause those kind of washes down through there. Who knows how often that happens? Could be once every 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, or 1,000 years. Who knows? But I've never seen really any changes in those washes since I've been going down there for probably at least the last 20 years or so. Now I'm flying over the campsite here. I've got a blue pickup truck and a white camp trailer that we've been bringing down. I think the first time that I brought that white camp trailer down was probably 2014, be my best guess. Now I'm flying out to the west. It's getting close to sundown here on this day, and swinging back around. You can see that wash there. Look how much water that would take to wash that out, going down towards Lake Meade. But again, like I say, I haven't seen any change in that over 20 years I've been going there, so it would definitely take a major flood event to cause that kind of erosion there. You can see out in the distance Lake Meade, long ways off, maybe 10 miles or so. Lake's really low this year, about 178 feet below full pool, 28% I think. Been a lot of drought years here the last 10 years, so water level has continuously declined. Now I've swung the drone back around from the east back to the north, flying back towards campsite here. You can see the road off to the left side of the camp is the road we drive in from the Mesquite area. Like I say, that's Gold Butte Road that comes up from Mesquite, Bunkerville, and then then it cuts down. The final leg of the trip is about 6 miles of dirt road down to the campsite. It's all dirt road pretty much until you get up to Gold Butte Road, and that's real rough paved road. Swinging back around to the south again, that was Lake Meade. Looking back to the north here, you can see that major wash there west of our campsite. Anyway, a major erosion there over the years, but it'd be nice to know when the last major flood came through there to cause that kind of erosion. And now I'm flying back towards the campsite. I think I'm going to come in for a landing here and then give you a little bit better close-up view of our trailer that's set up there. And it's pretty, like I say, remote. We have not really seen many people down there over the days that we were there. Usually see one or two on ATVs that drive through. That road there that goes by the camper on the right side and then continues up towards the middle of the screen, I believe that's road 114 on the BLM map down there. And so let's see, it's going to take a little time here. I'm still learning about this drone, trying to get some practice operating it, not only flying it but the camera, working the camera and the gimbal to see if we can take some better pictures. But so anyway, I think we'll try to come in and get close to making a landing here. So the drone starts out with a home point which is that table probably in the middle of the screen there. That's where I took the drone off from. It has that logged into the system via satellites. I think it's working off like 23 satellites today. So, but I'm manually flying it here, trying to come in a little closer, give you an idea of our setup here. We've got some AstroTurf set up outside the door of the camper there, and Brenda and myself, and then Daisy, our black lab, is on this trip here. And I think Daisy and Brenda are probably inside the camper at this point. So we'll kind of swing around here slowly and get you an idea of what it looks like at lower flight altitude here. We're looking probably north now. If you were to go straight north as the crow flies, it'd probably take you up about to Mesquite, Nevada, 30 miles away or so. Now I'm just going to back out pretty fast here, and the drone moves pretty fast when you want it to. So I thought I'd just keep the camper inside and back on out and gain some altitude and give you a different view here. Looking north, northwest. And again, look at that major wash up above the camper there. A lot of water. It took a lot of water to do that. And the first day I flew my drone on this trip, I lost it. I lost contact with it, and I was still learning a little bit more how to operate it, and I lost contact with it and finally found it. It's got a feature where it says find your drone, so I followed a little red arrow on my phone, which is on a controller, and it took me right over to the drone. It took a while because I didn't believe it at first. I thought I saw the drone a lot further away, and I was out there walking around the desert, couldn't find it, but finally I saw that red arrow and I just kept walking towards it on my phone there and found it sitting on the little ledge there where it made an emergency landing when I lost contact with it. Now see, right here I'm doing a return home. It's got a button on my controller where it says return home, and it'll automatically fly the drone at a designated altitude first, and I think it was set at 180 feet. That way it clears any obstacles, and then when it gets directly over the landing site, which is that white table there right on the, you can see me walking down below on the road, that white table right in on the upper side of that road, it automatically makes a landing down to that landing site based on its what it has in the GPS. So and all I'm doing right now is just operating the camber to gimbal up so we can get an idea of the camper. Now it gets pretty close. It's not 100% accurate, but it's within a couple of feet there of that landing site, that table. So now I manually take over and I just bring it back over, hover above the table there for the landing site, and then we're about ready to set it down and call it good for today. Thanks for taking a look at this video. It gives you an idea of the desert situation out there, our remote campsite, and Mesquite, Nevada.